My beloved child. Not every attack is loud. Some come through words, quiet comments, half-truths, conversations where your name is present, but your voice is missing. Pause. There are moments in life when you realize someone spoke about you without understanding you. They judged without asking. They shared without knowing. They assumed without truth. That hurts, because words travel faster than reality. My beloved child. The situation in your title is not about fear. It is about awareness. Sometimes people say things out of insecurity, out of misunderstanding, out of jealousy, out of their own confusion. But whatever the reason, words carry impact. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever felt that something said about you did not match who you truly are? You hear it indirectly. You sense it in behavior. You feel it in energy shifts. Something changes. And you know, this isn't the truth. That awareness matters. Pause. Many people react immediately. They defend. They argue. They try to fix the story. But truth doesn't always need noise. Sometimes it needs time. Because false words struggle to stand long term. My beloved child. The phrase "silence their voice" is not about harm. It is about truth becoming stronger than noise. When reality becomes visible, misunderstanding loses power. When your actions stay consistent, gossip weakens naturally. When your character remains steady, false narratives collapse quietly. That is real justice. Think honestly tonight. What speaks louder, what they said, or how I live? Because in the long run, behavior always wins over words. My beloved child. You don't need to chase every rumor. You don't need to respond to every opinion. You don't need to prove yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Instead, stay grounded. Stay consistent. Stay clear. Because clarity is stronger than reaction. Pause. Some people speak quickly, but truth reveals slowly. And when it reveals, it doesn't need volume. It just needs visibility. My beloved child. You thought something was being taken from you. Maybe something false is being removed instead. And if you stay steady now, your silence may speak louder than anything they said. If you stayed until this moment, maybe something became clear tonight. Not every word spoken about you defines you. If this message brought you peace, clarity, or strength, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive real emotional clarity. And many support by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every kind gesture matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic content that truly connects. However you support. Thank you. Because sometimes one message tonight helps someone stop defending and start standing firm. Part 2: What their words really revealed. My beloved child, not every statement is about you. Some statements are reflections of the person speaking. Pause. In part 1, you felt the impact of words, the discomfort, the confusion, the awareness that something said did not match your truth. But now, we need to go deeper. Because understanding why is what brings peace. My beloved child, people don't always speak from clarity. They speak from emotion, from comparison, from insecurity they haven't faced, from frustration they don't understand, from wounds they never healed. And sometimes, you become the easiest place for that to come out. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever noticed? Someone criticizes what you're becoming more than what you've done? They question your growth. They downplay your progress. They speak lightly about your effort. They make small comments that carry hidden weight. That is not always about truth. Sometimes it's about discomfort. My beloved child, growth changes dynamics. When you start evolving, people who were comfortable with the old version of you feel unsettled. Not because you hurt them, because you changed the balance. You no longer react the same. You no longer accept the same. You no longer stay where you once stayed. That shift can confuse people. Pause. And confusion often turns into commentary. Instead of asking, what changed? They assume you changed too much. Instead of reflecting, what am I avoiding? They say, you think you're better now. Instead of understanding, they react. That is how words get twisted. My beloved child, sometimes people speak against you, not to destroy you, but to protect their own comfort. Because your growth asks questions they don't want to answer. Think honestly tonight. What part of me changed that made them uncomfortable? Your boundaries? Your silence? Your focus? Your independence? Your peace? Your refusal to engage in old patterns? That answer brings clarity. My beloved child, do not take every word personally, but do take patterns seriously. Because repeated reactions often reveal deeper truths. You don't need to hate them. You don't need to fix them. But you do need to see clearly. Pause. Once you understand the source, the impact reduces. Because clarity removes confusion. And confusion is what creates emotional weight. My beloved child, they spoke from where they are, not from who you are. And if you hold that understanding, their words lose the power they once carried. If you stayed until this moment, maybe something shifted tonight. Maybe it wasn't about you as much as you thought. If this message brought you clarity, peace, or understanding, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive real emotional clarity. And many support by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every kind gesture matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic content that truly connects. However you support, thank you. Because sometimes, one message tonight helps someone stop taking everything personally. Part 3: When the story stops holding. My beloved child, every story needs energy to survive. Attention, repetition, reaction. Without these, even the loudest words begin to fade. Pause. In Part 2, you understood the source, why they spoke, what their words revealed about them, the discomfort behind the comments. But now, we step into something more powerful. The shift. Because truth does not always fight. Sometimes, it outlasts. My beloved child, there comes a moment when what was said about you starts losing its weight. Not because someone proved it wrong loudly, but because reality didn't match it. People observe. Time passes. Behavior stays consistent. And slowly, doubt begins to form. Is that really true? Something doesn't add up. I've seen a different side. That's how truth begins to surface. Quietly. Naturally. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever watched a rumor fade without you doing anything? At first, it felt heavy, important, everywhere. But over time, people stopped talking about it, stopped believing it, stopped repeating it. Not because you fought it, but because it didn't sustain itself. That's the nature of false narratives. They need constant fuel. My beloved child, your job was never to control every voice. It was to stay aligned with your own. Consistency is stronger than correction. Silence is stronger than argument. When your actions are clear, and clarity builds trust. Without explanation. Pause. This is the awakening. You stop reacting to everything. You stop checking who believes what. You stop explaining your intentions repeatedly. You stop carrying the burden of being understood by everyone. Instead, you become steady, grounded, focused, clear within yourself. And that energy changes everything. My beloved child, when you stop feeding the story, it weakens. When you stop defending against noise, it quiets. When you stop chasing validation, You regain control. Because power returns. When your peace no longer depends on others' opinions. Think honestly tonight. What have I been giving energy to that doesn't deserve it anymore? A comment? A misunderstanding? A person's opinion? A version of you that no longer exists? Let it go. Because release is not loss. It is space for truth to breathe. My beloved child. You thought you had to fix what was said. Maybe you only needed to outgrow it. You thought your voice had to be louder. Maybe your consistency just needed more time. And if you stay grounded now, what is real will continue rising. Without effort. If you stayed until this moment, maybe something settled inside you. Not everything needs your reaction. Some things just need your distance. If this message brought you clarity, peace, or strength, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive real emotional clarity. And many support by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every kind gesture matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic content that truly connects. However you support. Thank you. Because sometimes one message tonight helps someone stop reacting and start rising. Part 4: When you outgrow the story. My beloved child. There is a point in every situation where the focus shifts. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Pause. In Part 3, you felt the release. The moment where you stopped feeding the noise. Where reaction turned into awareness. Where clarity replaced confusion. But now, we step into the most powerful phase. Not proving anything. Becoming something. My beloved child. Many people stay stuck, trying to correct the past. They replay conversations. They imagine better responses. They think, if I just explain this one more time. But growth doesn't come from replay. It comes from moving forward. Quietly. Consistently. Without looking back for approval. Think honestly tonight. How much time was spent trying to fix how others see you? Trying to be understood? Trying to clear your name? Trying to correct every misunderstanding? That energy can drain you. Because not everyone wants clarity. Some people are comfortable in their version of the story. My beloved child. The moment you stop participating in that cycle, everything changes. You stop defending. You stop chasing. You stop explaining. And you start building. That's when your energy shifts. Pause. This is where real transformation begins. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just steady. You focus on your life. Your peace. Your goals. Your growth. Your environment. Your discipline. Your direction. And slowly, something beautiful happens. The same people who spoke before notice the difference. Not because you said anything, because you became something they didn't expect. Calm, focused, unbothered, grounded. That speaks louder than explanation ever could. My beloved child. This is what tables turning actually looks like. Not revenge. Not exposure. Not proving them wrong. It's you becoming so aligned with yourself that their version no longer matters. Because your reality is visible. Your behavior is consistent. Your presence is clear. And clarity doesn't argue. It stands. Think honestly tonight. What kind of life am I building now that doesn't need approval? Peaceful? Stable? Focused? Independent? That is your answer. My beloved child. You didn't lose anything. You released something. You didn't fall behind. You stepped out of distraction. You didn't get silenced. You stopped speaking where it didn't matter. And now, you move differently. Not louder. Stronger. And if you continue on this path, your life will say everything without saying a word. If you stayed until this moment, maybe something grounded inside you. You don't need to fix every story. You just need to live your truth. If this message brought you clarity, strength, or peace, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive real emotional clarity. And many support by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every kind gesture matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic content that truly connects. However you support, thank you. Because sometimes, one message tonight helps someone stop explaining and start evolving.